Joined by Chris after a 3-3 draw with Port Vale. Just give me your thoughts on that today.
Well, in the manner of which that we've ended up drawing the game, last 10 seconds. So it obviously feels one of those that feels like a defeat. Still a bit raw, to be honest, at the moment. I think, to get ourselves into such a strong position at 3-1 up, playing well, 10 minutes to go, giving away needless set pieces and, allowing the pressure to kind of build. So the game management side of things was probably just really lacking, and I think that's what's let us down today. And then all 3 goals have come from set pieces. So, open play. I think Port Vale probably had the better of the first half after we scored, and I think we kind of gave them a little bit too much respect, and they kind of took control of that. And I think, we were probably, on the balance of play, 1-1 was probably a nice one for us to come into at half time. The discussions we had at half time around matching the energy, the physicality, the energy, the pressure, all of that kind of resonated. They did excellently. To go 3-1 up so quickly in the second half as well. Liv took both of those goals really well. And we were in control. It felt like we were in control. We felt like we were comfortable. Didn't really feel like there was a great deal coming from open play. Again, restricting them to long range shots. It just purely comes down to decision making and the heart and desire to defend set pieces, first, second, third balls. And unfortunately, that means that we've come away with 1 instead of 3, and that just puts more pressure on for the games coming up. So yeah, real sickener today.
That's just a slight disappointment, isn't it, that you've only conceded from set pieces? Because I don't think they really threatened in open play. I think it was more sort of long range shots you restricted them to, but then to concede the set piece goals the way that they happened.
It's decision making, I think. Again, it's all a bit raw, it's all a bit fresh, but it just feels to me that decision making at key times is letting us down. We've started scoring goals quite freely now. We look a real threat. I said that last time we were out here playing against Shifnal. We're scoring goals and we're looking really dangerous. We've got to remember that you've got to be resolute and do the hard stuff and the grit and the determination. You've got to be prepared to take a foul. You've got to be prepared to, put your head where other people will put their feet. It's one of those. It's how much do you want it? How hard do you want to scrap and fight for 3 points? We literally. I have to say, I think we played 2-3 minutes more than we were told. So, if the referee blows up at the time that he says, or said he was going to, that whole third goal is a non-event because it shouldn't have happened. However, in the build up to that, we've chipped the ball back to the keeper when it should have gone to the left. We've then tried to cut inside and play a ball across the middle when it should have just been sent down the channels. We've got to remember that you've got to, in those moments where you're looking after you're managing the game and seeing it out, you've got to send the ball as far away from the goal as you possibly can. And I think it's just, it's the not the curse of youth, but that's what you get when you've got a young team and it's a little bit inexperienced at times. It's kind of making those decisions that are appropriate. We'll learn from it. All we can do now is get back to training. We'll watch the game back as we always do. We'll continue to be consistent in terms of what we do, the messages to the girls. Do they need to focus on extra bits? Do we need to do sessions on set pieces, etc.? We'll have a look at it and we'll see what we can do. And we've just got to focus on the next game now. Unfortunately it's done. It's 2 points dropped instead of 3 points, but we can't change it. It's happened, and that is football.
And just moving into the last question nicely about the next game. Obviously got Camden, obviously weather permitting.
Yeah.
What sort of game do you sort of expect, and how do you sort of try and lift the goals for the next one?
I think Camden have beaten Burton today.
Yeah.
So they will be outside the relegation zone now. So it's and they've started to find, much like us, they've started to dig out results and performances. So if it's on, highly unlikely, but we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, their grass pitch can hold out and we can get over there and play. I'm not sure it's going to allow for an overly attractive game of football, so that's going to make defending first, second and third balls even more important, and sort of being really switched on in the areas that we need to be. Look, they're in the same position as us. They're outside of the relegation zone now, so they'll be full of confidence. But a win for us pulls us level on points with them. So, it's a must win. It genuinely is now. And what we can guarantee And what will absolutely be happening when we turn up is that everybody will be fired up. Everybody will be ready for it. It will be, and everybody will know the significance of it. It's going to be a real dogfight, and it will be a real battle. And we're here for it, and we're up for it. And we want 3 points, and only 3 points is going to do. So we know what's ahead of us. We know what the task is, and we're going to go and make sure we deliver it.